Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are playing some retro games and we are now in part 2 of our run of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So if you're new to the channel, check out the playlists. Here in my channel there will be not just this game, you can watch full playthroughs, but also some other games as well. I've recently finished Diddy Kong Racing, Star Fox 64 is on there, Super Smash Bros. And I do take requests. So if you have any other old games that you would like me to play, this is a retro gaming space. So definitely subscribe and request games that you would like me to play. This is my personal favorite. If you saw me wax poetic about this game in the first video, then you will know how much this game in particular means to me. Grew up with it. So the great Deku Tree wanted us to go visit the princess at Hyrule Castle. Shouldn't we get going? Absolutely, let's get going. So like I said, I'm a small channel, so I would appreciate any likes, comments, and definitely subscribe. If you like this retro space, you like this retro gaming, it's not just Nintendo 64, I have other games as well. I've built an entire AV cart. I keep letting you guys know, in case you are new here, I have built an entire retro cart with all my old game consoles, and I'm playing on a CRT TV. And I'm using the original N64 hardware, so we're not emulating. You are seeing, I am playing on a CRT TV, but off to the side, the video recording that you are watching is on my computer, off to my side here. Not the best quality is always being able to play it on a CRT TV. So what you're seeing is going to be kind of digitized, but that's the best way to get a sort of a clean output, without doing emulation with all the shaders and different, all those different effects you can put that make it look like an old CRT. But let's get going. In the last video, we started this game and we did the Deku Tree, the first dungeon of the game. Oh, you're leaving. So this is our forest friend, Kokiri forest friend, Saria, or Saria. Let me know how you pronounce it. I knew that you would leave the forest someday, JP. Because you are different from me and my friends. But that's okay, because we'll be friends forever, won't we? I want you to have this ocarina. Ocarina. Again, how do you... There's so many different ways to pronounce these things. The newer games, which have voice acting, kind of say some of these words for us. A lot of people prefer to pronounce it ocarina. I think I kind of say Ocarina of Time. It's whatever. But if you have a preference, write it in the comments. Alright, so she gives you your first ocarina. You can play different notes with A and the 4 C buttons. You can also, little tidbit here, I like to add these tidbits, is if you press the R button, it makes it sharp. You can take a note and make it sharp. If you hit, I believe it's the Z button on the back, it makes it flat. So for those of you who are more musically inclined, you can actually play like the entire scale using using the sharps and flats. And I believe you can do the same thing with the analog stick. If you point the analog up or down, it will do something similar. So their entire, you can actually search for music, funny enough, online, that people have written out the sheet music that you can play on the ocarina itself, and you can actually play those tunes. Come back to the forest to visit. This was always funny to me, the way he steps back and he just kind of runs off like, okay. Pitter patters away. I don't know how much you can hear the background noise, but my kids are playing in the background. So all the thumping and throwing toys around, that's pretty funny. Hopefully the mic doesn't pick up all that stuff and it's not too distracting, but if you hear it, that's what it is. Well, let's go ahead and put the ocarina. I always like to put this in the down C position. And I'm an obsessive saver. And the reason for that is because my cartridge may or may not just kick the bucket, and my whole thing will freeze up, and then I won't have a save. So if that happens in the middle of this, I will have to literally go down and turn my reset live while I'm doing this video. Everyone's favorite owl. It appears that the time has finally come for you to start your adventure. You will encounter many hardships. That is your fate. Don't feel discouraged. Even during the toughest times, go straight this way and you will see Hyrule Castle. You will meet a princess there. If you are lost and don't know which way to go, look at the map. The areas you have explored will be shown on the map. Press start to enter the subscreens and Z or R to find the map. On the map subscreen, you will also see a flashing dot showing you which way you should go next. This guy talks to you forever, and there's all sorts of memes of, oh, did you not get that? And he's like, yes? Did you get that? Yeah, I got it. Alright, I'll see you around. Yeah, I imagine you could talk to that guy forever, and then all of a sudden you have to... You hit the wrong button, and you have to hear him talk again. And you can't go through it. Okay, so here's a really funny, kind of interesting thing. This, for whatever reason, happens to be because you come out of the forest and it's already the middle of the day and not morning. This is like the shortest day you will ever live in Hyrule. So the game forces you to try to... Basically, you don't make it to the castle in time, is the first time. If you run just right and take just the right path, you can actually make it in time just as the gate is closing. Because if you don't, you have to live a night outside. I think the game does that on purpose to get you to understand that that's what happens at night. There it was. So you can make it. I was kind of talking through all of this. You can actually make it in time without having to live an entire night out. But because, for the sake of you guys who are watching this video, you get to experience a night as it's kind of supposed to be. Another interesting thing is, at night, these what do you call them? Stall child. The skeletons come out at night, but only if you are not on the path. So if you stay on this path, they don't come out. They only come out if you get out onto the green and you're walking around. And every now and then, you encounter a big one. It's like every 20 stall childs or whatever. You encounter a really big one, and he'll give you, if you kill him, he'll give you a 5 rupee, the blue one. There's the big one. So if you take him out, he gives you 5. There it is. And there's a ginormous moon. And it's about to be daytime, so... So this is the... They show you this on purpose because this is clearly the drawbridge from the very beginning of the game, where you have the dream about Ganondorf chasing Zelda on the way out. We're gonna go to this little door, this little side door, and the reason is because, in addition to all the pots and Link's heavy breathing going into ceramic shops and breaking everything, if you bump into this, there is a gold Skulltula. Now, on this playthrough, I don't think I'm not trying to get all the gold Skulltulas. However, I will be getting some of them only because it helps you get hearts and bigger wallets and stuff like that, which will make the run through of this game just a little bit easier. Also, pay attention to things that happen when you're a child in this game, because later, as you will see, well, maybe I won't give that up. For those of you who are new, somehow haven't played this game yet, you will learn that things change based on the time that you're in, hence Ocarina of Time. Things would sure be more interesting if there were more trouble in the world. Hey, that's just between you and me, okay? Anyway, maybe we can let off some steam by breaking these jars. Stand near a jar and press A, or you can smash it with your sword. Alright. One of these has 20 rupees, but well, nope, I just realized only during a certain time does it have 20 rupees. You'll see what I mean later. How do you guys like my lighting? Try to change my lighting every video just to mix things up, I guess. I've got some LED lights, which they're not the greatest, but they do give some color to my face here, so you're not just seeing the gameplay. There are plenty of videos that just offer gameplay, but you're gonna hear me talk. This is why you're here, isn't it? Hey, your clothes, they're different. You're not from around here, are you? Oh, you're a fairy boy from the forest. My name is Malone. Malone? Malone? My dad owns Lun Lun Ranch. Dad went to the castle to deliver some milk, and he hasn't come back yet. Alright, well, we are going to check out Hyrule Castle. There's a freaking owl again. I have to talk to him. Well, you don't have to talk to him, but he's going to. The princess is inside the castle just ahead. Be careful not to get caught by the guards. Do I want to hear what you said again? Yeah, that's why you have to actually read. Because if you click yes, then you're gonna hear him talk all over again. If you hit the B button instead of the A button, it actually, not in every case, but in most cases, it will let you go and talk, or it will let you skip through very rapidly. In some cases, it only happens if you've already spoken to the person before. I'm going to do something interesting here because this is kind of interesting. You come over here and you try to talk to Malone again and she's gone. So you have to come out to go back in, come out to go back in. And now Malone will be standing right here. But there's a reason. Would you mind finding my dad? He must have fallen asleep somewhere around the castle. What a thing for an adult to do, teehee. Oh yeah, if you'll look for him, I'll give this to you. I've been incubating this egg very carefully. So you have no idea why you need this egg, but you've got it now, so... I'm going to save you the time and tell you it's important, but when you're playing this game for the first time, and you don't even know that Malone is even there, it's just funny because you would have to be coming back and forth and realizing that that's the case. So, the proper way to go, or at least the way that I've always learned to avoid the guards, is doing exactly what I'm doing here, because if you go on the path, then the guards will be there. And there's guards right here up at the stairs. So I'm going to go over to the side. This shadow here is my microphone, by the way. I'm trying to not have it in the picture, but you gotta be able to hear what I'm saying. So there are some guards. We're gonna go in the water, get a few rupees here. Man, the CRT TV just looks way better. I know you guys can't see that because you're watching the recording of this, but playing this on the CRT as opposed to the as opposed to like a modern LCD or LED screen is just so much better. So here we have presumably Malone's dad, and he's asleep. And look at this Mario looking mother. Welcome to our ranch. Yeah, well, as it turns out, there's one good way to wake him up. And if you don't already know, you are about to learn. It involves waking him up with the morning call of a chicken or rooster, I don't know, but you have to wait until this egg is finished incubating and the egg hatches. So this is literally you waiting from day to night, night to day, and that egg will hatch, and then you'll have a chicken on the top right corner there for my C button. You will have a chicken. Right now I just have this egg. It looks like this item doesn't work here. Oh, well, okay. So this must be one of those funny things that Nintendo did around the time that Super Mario came out. So like there's clearly some crossover there where this guy absolutely looks pretty much, he's dressed and he even looks a lot like Mario. And his second hand at the ranch, at Lun Lun Ranch, absolutely looks like just like an evil Luigi or a Wario type character. So eventually, it's almost morning. Let's see where the I guess the sun's rising on that side. There it is. Look, a chicken hatched from the egg you were incubating. It's the miracle of life. So what you do is you step over here. What in tarnation? Can't a person get a little shut-eye around here? Hello, and who might you be? Yep, I'm Talon, the owner of Lun Lun Ranch. I went to the castle to deliver some milk, but I sat down here to rest, and I guess I fell asleep. What? Malone was looking for me? I'm gonna catch it from her now. I messed up bad leaving Malone behind to wait for me. She's really gonna let me have it. Well, that dude runs fast, doesn't he? Alright, so the reason you have to do that is because there is a hole. This little I don't know if it's a drain or it just drains to be part of the castle moat, some sort of water source, but the hole is only big enough for a child to go through. And so the only way to get over there is if Talon or Talon is not in my way. So now we're going across and we still have to get past guards. So this is actually one of those funny moments where you can get kicked out if they catch you. So now we're kind of on a bit of a where you have to hide. So they're playing a little bit of sneaky music because you gotta sneak into the castle to talk to Princess Zelda. If you make it across, oh, there's two guards in that one. You can kind of get, if you get there at a specific time, you can okay, this is hard with the analog stick. My analog stick is very worn, and it's not exactly a straight shot to get over there. Like, it's sort of a diagonal move. So I'm going slow. You can just run across though, and he won't see you. Okay, there's a guy right on the wall. I'm gonna wait for him. So they have kind of a radius that you're working with here. So even though this guy turns, he doesn't really see you. If you walk just behind him. Oh, he saw me. You kid over there. So they kick you out and you gotta start over. They kick you out from there. Oh man. So there's like a radius around which they will see you. Like, that guy straight up didn't see me and I just went right through. But then the other guy saw me from clear across the other side. So now I'm waiting for both of these to come across. And they're in different positions. If you kind of speed through this, then they're in different spots by the time you get over there. Like to the next screen, I guess. You're kind of scrolling from one screen to the next. And try the same thing here. You can hear you screaming, but again, this is... Woo! I almost fell off. I jumped there from one side. This wooden plank just above this guy. So you have to very carefully get yourself across. Okay, I'm pretty sure you can just go. Yeah. Stay away from that guy. Okay, this guy's right here. And I think there's also two on this side. So you have to wait for them to get all the way across. Let's see about this. I'm gonna wait for this guy too. And then we'll go around slowly. So he's gotta go. 'Cause this other guy's gonna catch me. Alright. There you have it. We have made it to the courtyard of Princess Zelda. So there's a couple of funny things here. Couple of funny things. So one, if you look over to this window, who is that? Looks to me like Mario and Princess Peach make a little cameo. So that's pretty funny. Even funnier, you try this, and you get a 20. You get a 20 spot for hitting Mario. How about that? And then there's a second bit of funny here. So you're like, oh man, I just got rewarded with 20 rupees. Let's do the same thing to this window. Well, guess what? When you hit this window, hey you, don't cause any trouble. And this dude throws a bomb at you. He throws a freaking bomb at you. Alright, we're gonna obsessively save. And we're gonna talk to Zelda. We have now made it to Princess Zelda. Who? Who are you? How did you get past the guards? Well, I'm a sneaky, like 10-year-old, so... Is that... Dolly Zoom? A fairy? The Dolly Zoom. If you're a cinematic dude. I do video and photography. So I have a separate channel. That's why I was talking about the Dolly Zoom. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's what I was talking about. But there's a separate channel. Look in my description. I do film and photography. That's a more serious channel than this one is. This is just gaming. But check that out if you do like that sort of stuff. So you wouldn't happen to have the spiritual stone of the forest, would you? That green and shining stone? It's like, oh, well, I guess I do. Are you going to steal it from me, or? Yes, I have it. Just as I thought. I had a dream. In the dream, dark storm clouds were billowing over the land of Hyrule. But suddenly, a ray of light shot out of the forest, parted the clouds, and lit up the ground. The light turned into a figure holding a green and shining stone, followed by a fairy. I know this is a prophecy that someone would come from the forest. Yes, I thought you might be the one. Oh, I'm sorry. I got carried away with my story and didn't even properly introduce myself. I am Zelda, Princess of Hyrule. What is your name? That's where when we started the game and you can name your character, that's where people name it funny things like my dude. My dude. Strange. It sounds somehow familiar. So whatever name you put in, obviously it shows up in the dialogue. I'm going to tell you the secret of the sacred realm that has been passed down by the royal family of Hyrule. Please keep this a secret from everyone. Well, alright. The legend goes like this. The three goddesses hid the Triforce containing the power of the gods somewhere in Hyrule. The power to grant the wish of the one who holds the Triforce in his hands. That's a sentence fragment. If someone with a righteous heart makes a wish, it will lead Hyrule to a golden age of prosperity. If someone with an evil mind has his wish granted, the world will be consumed by evil. That is what has been told. So, the ancient sages built the Temple of Time to protect the Triforce from evil ones. That's right, the Temple of Time is the entrance through which you can enter the sacred realm from our world. But the entrance is sealed with a stone wall called the Door of Time, and in order to open the door, it is said that you need to collect 3 spiritual stones, and another thing you need is the treasure that the royal family keeps along with this legend. The Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time. Did you understand well the story I just told you? Yes. I think I do. That's great. I forgot to tell you. I was spying through this window just now. It's your castle, man. You can spy, you can look through windows. It's all right. The other element from my dream, the dark clouds, I believe they symbolize that man in there. Will you look through the window? Another dolly zoom. That's a dude for sure. That's an evil-looking dude. Evil eyes. That is Ganondorf, the leader of the... I say Gerudos. I've heard Gerudo. Gerudo. They hail from the desert far to the west. Though he swears allegiance to my father, I am sure he is not sincere. The dark clouds that covered Hyrule in my dream, they must symbolize that man. Ooh, he looks right at you. What happened? Did he see you? Don't worry. He doesn't have any idea what we're planning yet. Yes, I told my father about my dream. However, he didn't believe it was a prophecy. But I can sense that man's evil intentions. What Ganondorf is after must be nothing less than the Triforce of the Sacred Realm. He must have come to Hyrule to obtain it. And he wants to conquer Hyrule. No, the entire world. JP, now, we are the only ones who can protect Hyrule. Please. What if I said I don't believe you? I am afraid. I have a feeling that man is going to destroy Hyrule. Look at all the cool cinematic camera movements that are in the Nintendo 64. He has such terrifying power. Actually, I only just realized that they put this in widescreen, so it went from that to 16:9 aspect ratio for the little cinematic cuts. Anyway, I'm talking too much, but it's fortunate that you have come. We must not let Ganondorf get the Triforce. I will protect the Ocarina of Time with all my power. He shall not have it. You go find the other 2 spiritual stones. Let's get the Triforce before Ganondorf does, and then defeat him. One more thing, take this letter. I'm sure it will be helpful to you. You received Zelda's letter. Wow, this letter has Princess Zelda's autograph. Alright. So I can show this to anyone who kind of gets in my way. My attendant will guide you out of the castle. Don't be afraid to talk to her. And your attendant, or Zelda's attendant, is this woman. I am Impa of the Sheikahs. I am responsible for protecting Princess Zelda. Everything is exactly as the princess foretold. You are a courageous boy. You are heading out on a big new adventure, aren't you? My role in the princess's dream was to teach a melody to the one from the forest. This is an ancient melody passed down by the royal family. I have played this song for Princess Zelda as a lullaby ever since she was a baby. There is mysterious power in these notes. Now listen carefully. So it's super cool that the music in this game, you get to produce it yourself through the ocarina. So you learn songs along the way, and you get to play them for various different tasks, different abilities and things that you can do. And you learn those along the way. So the ocarina has this power. You've learned Zelda's lullaby. If the castle soldiers find you, there will be trouble. Let me lead you out of the castle. I mean, I could get kicked out, that's fine. There's an easy way. You brave lad, we must protect this beautiful land of Hyrule. Take a good look at that mountain. That is Death Mountain, home of the Gorons. They hold the spiritual stone of fire. At the foot of Death Mountain, you will find my village, Kakariko. That is where I was born and raised. You should talk to some of the villagers there before you go up Death Mountain. Kakariko is like the main village, like it's all the way back to Link to the Past. Kakariko. There's always like an iteration of Kakariko Village in most Zelda games. Not every single one of them, but the song I just taught you has some mysterious power. Only royal family members are allowed to learn this song. Remember, it will help to prove your connection with the royal family. The princess is waiting for you to return to the castle with the stones. All right, we're counting on you. And then she uses her BDSM whip and disappears. Alright, this is what we're gonna do. So, you go to the village, you hang out, you look at stuff, you find your way, you need to go to Death Mountain. But, we're gonna do a little bit of exploring first, because we've already been told that Malone and Talon, or Talon, are the owners of Lun Lun Ranch. And she told me to stop by. So, I'm going to do that. And there is a reason that I'm going to do that. And it's to save time later. We're going to do a couple things while we're here in Lun Lun Ranch. And one of those things... Okay, this is actually real funny. If you haven't done this challenge before, I'm awake already. What? Well, I'll be. If it ain't the forest kid from the other day. By the way, thanks a lot for waking me up. It took some doing, but I finally got Malone, or Malin, back in a good mood. So what are you up to today? Got some free time on your hands, you say? Well, how about a little game? These 3 cuckoos I have here are special super cuckoos. They're the chickens. Cuckoos. I'm gonna throw these cuckoos into that there gaggle of normal cuckoos. If you can pick out these 3 special birds from among the normal cuckoos within the time limit, I'll give you something good. If you can't find them, I win. It'll be 10 rupees. Wanna play? I'm gonna say no. There's a reason. There's a funny way you can kind of cheat to do this. If you throw the other chicken... If you throw all these other chickens over there... This is sort of, but not really cheating. If you throw the normal ones over there, when he starts the game, and he throws his super cuckoos, then it's a lot easier to figure out where the other ones are. Where his super cuckoos are. So, you don't have to do this. You can just start the game and figure it out, but there is a time limit. So, if you do it this way... Let's go yes. You have 30 seconds. Alrighty, then get ready. Here go the super cuckoos. Start looking. So he throws them, and all the other ones are stuck. So there's one. You got 2 more to find. Well, they're over here. There's 1 more to find. Oh, where'd the other one go? Is this it? You found them all. Come over here. So that's a fun way you can kind of cheat. Hey, you've got the talent to be one of the world's best cowboys. How'd you like to marry Malin? Huh? Absolutely. Redhead? I was just kidding, just kidding. I think you're a little young for that, aren't you? I'm proud to present you a sample of our very own Lun Lun milk. You'll be energized the moment you drink it. After you drink it, you can bring back the bottle and buy a refill anytime you want. So the bottle of milk, I believe it will restore 5 hearts. 5 hearts per drink, and there's 2 drinks per bottle. So that's one thing. Here's another thing, is you can go over here into his room, and I'm pretty sure there's like 6 rupees. So if for some reason you do the chicken game, the Super Kuko game, you can get back, actually you got back more than the amount of money you lost for playing that game. Alright, so we got the bottle of milk, which isn't just for milk. You can put other things into it, which you will learn later in the game. I'm gonna grab, I know where all the secrets are in this game. We're gonna grab a few more things before we leave, but we are also gonna do something else. And we are going to find Malin. I guess if his name is Talon, then her name is Malin. I don't know. Oh, it's the fairy boy again. I heard that you found my dad. How did you like the castle? Did you see the princess? Dad came home in a hurry after you found him. Oh yeah, I have to introduce you to my friend, fairy boy. She's this horse. Her name is Epona. Isn't she cute? Runs away, scared. It seems like Epona is afraid of you, fairy boy. My mother composed this song. Isn't it nice? Let's sing together. Well, if you bring out your ocarina, well, you have to be closer to her. There we go. Oh, cute ocarina. Are you going to play this song with that ocarina? This is the song. Again, when you're playing this game and you're exploring, there's just like, you don't know to do any of this stuff. When I was a kid and I played this game, we didn't have the internet to be able to search everything. Like, it was very early days of internet, and it wasn't really a thing. There were strategy guides, but you had to get the strategy guide. I did not do that. I think eventually we got one, but by then we had already finished the game. So the beauty of Zelda is kind of stumbling upon a lot of this stuff when it's new. So now Epona loves me because I played her song, and I'm not even moving. Epona, the horse, is moving me. Like, I'm not touching my controller. So, anyway, there's a reason you get on Epona's good side with that song. And that will come up later. In the meantime, I'm going to go around here because there's a couple of things you can get over here. Number one is, pretty sure, if it's not on the outside of this, it's on the inside of it. Maybe it only happens at night. Yeah. So there's a gold Skulltula here, or maybe on the inside the fence. But certain gold Skulltulas only come out at night. There's another one over here up on this wall that comes out at night. Now, the interesting thing about this game, only if you're in Hyrule Field does day turn to night, and only certain other areas, like Hyrule Castle, I think, is one of them, where day turns to night. In any other place, time is basically frozen. So, no matter how long you're here right now, it is always going to be daytime. Meaning you can't just sit around and try to wait for it to be nighttime. You have to go out, leave Lun Lun Ranch, go out to Hyrule Field, and wait for it to be nighttime. So I moved all these because there is a heart container over here. So these heart containers, these are quarter heart containers. When you beat a boss, you get a full heart container. This is a piece of heart. So there's 4 pieces. If you get 4 of these, then you increase your total health, the amount of hearts that you're carrying. Okay. So now we are going to go ahead and leave the ranch. And I'm going to go back to Kokiri Forest where we started the game. And again, there's a reason. There's a reason I'm doing that. And I won't explain it just yet, but it's going to save us some time here in a few minutes. So, what would Saria say if we told her we're going to save Hyrule? Okay, interesting. I actually had forgotten that that's the case. So, when it takes you a little bit too long to be on the right path to do something, the main objective of the game, Navi asks you to talk to her, and she gives you sort of hints as to what you need to be doing, where you need to be going. So Impa had already told you, well, Death Mountain, which is over there, is the next place you need to go. Well, then why would Navi tell you, what if you need to talk to Saria? It's like, well, why would that be the case? That's weird. Well, there's gonna be a reason for it. Alright, we have hit nighttime once again, and I'm not going to deal with these stall childs. What we're going to do is go back to Kokiri Forest. If you remember where Kokiri Forest is, that is. We took the path this way, but we kind of went off to the side. By the way, if you're looking at the map, the red spot, the red arrow on the map in the bottom right is the last place you left from. The last place you exited from will be the red arrow. And the yellow arrow is you currently. So the last door you went through, I suppose. So here's the thing, is you're looking for Saria, and you talk to everyone, and it's like, we have no idea where she is. It turns out she's in this place called the Lost Woods. So, or they tell you. That's not her house. She's not in her house. She likes to go to the Lost Woods. Now, the Lost Woods, if you played Link to the Past, then you know that there are these mysterious woods where you get lost in. So, that is what we're going to do now. So, in the meantime, 30. Alright, 100. If you hit 3 100 bullseyes, you get a special prize. So that's what we're doing now. Cool, you're great. You scored 3 perfect bullseyes. I have to give you a neat present to such a wonderful person. Please take it. You got a Deku Seeds bullet bag. This bag can hold up to 40 slingshot bullets. So we increased our amount of ammo, our seeds, by 10. Hey, over here. Everyone's favorite owl. Good to see you. Listen to this. After going through the Lost Woods, you will come upon the sacred Forest Meadow. That is a sacred place where few people have ever walked. What's that? I can hear a mysterious tune. You should listen for that tune too. Not a chance. If you are courageous, you will make it through the forest just fine. Just follow your ears and listen to the sounds coming from the forest. So, it's interesting that that's the clue that you get. So, if you listen, the music is playing from that part of the woods. So you don't know which way you're going, right? So it's louder in this direction, and then the music is kind of faint. If you go the wrong way, there's no music in that direction. But there is music in this direction. So I'm just going to show you what happens. If you go this way, then it spits you back out. So you've gone the wrong way. So there's only a few correct ways to go. Now, I haven't played this game in a very long time, and yet I almost made a mistake. But I kind of remember which way to go, even without the music, and that's going to be important because when you come back later, you won't have the music to tell you where to go. So we have come the right way. Ooh. That's the easiest way to defeat one of those. Alright. So, similar situation. We have Deku Scrubs. And now we're doing this top-down sort of view. Now these scrubs don't go away, you actually have to kill them. So you're going across. Pulling my shield out here. You can sort of wait, and it actually, they will pop out. You can actually get close enough to hit them without having to get your shield out. But then, now we're back in sort of regular regular view again. So I think it's really cool how this game takes the top-down perspective in some areas, and then the regular third-person perspective in others. Now we're back into this sort of cinematic cut, and of course everyone's favorite music from this game, along with Gerudo Valley. So there's Saria, and we are in the Sacred Forest Meadow. I've been waiting for you. This is the Sacred Forest Meadow. It's my secret place, I feel. This place will be very important for both of us someday. That's what I feel. If you play the ocarina here, you can talk with the spirits in the forest. Would you like to play the ocarina with me? Well, yeah, you gave me my ocarina, so let's go for it. Play along with this melody. Nice. There's an echo in the laughter. There's just tiny details in this game that just make it so much cooler, I guess. When you want to hear my voice, play Saria's song. You can talk with me anytime. So when this is your first playthrough of this game, you have two people that you can talk to. You can play Saria's song on your ocarina, and you can talk to her through the magic of the ocarina, and she gives you hints as to where you need to go. And then, of course, the other person you can talk to is Navi. So, if you're not cheating and you're trying to get through this game just trying to learn where everything is and it's your first playthrough and you honestly don't know where to go, those are really your two options in this game to try to figure out where you need to go next. And so I almost took it for granted, you know, since I know this game so well now, I don't need to do any of that stuff. It's just sort of almost like a speed run sort of deal. And oh, the freaking owl again. But what was I saying? You sort of take it for granted once you know how to get around that you don't need to use Sorry a Song anymore. But the first time you play the game, those are really your only two crutches to try to figure out where to go next. Alright, so we are leaving the forest. And we are now, I don't know why, but is that better? More central. So, we're gonna head back out. And I forgot to obsessively save. It's a theme in this. I don't know if I mentioned it in this video or the last, but yeah, at some point during one of these playthroughs, because there's going to be many, there's a playlist, by the way. If you didn't see part 1, go back in the playlist and check out video 1. But at some point in this playlist, my Nintendo 64 is just going to say, nah, I'm done. I'm good. And it's going to just freeze up in the middle of one of these playthroughs. So, I'm making sure I'm saving because if I remember correctly in this game, like most games on the N64, when you do a save, it doesn't mean you get to start right then and there. It takes you back to a location where you can restart the game. So when you're still a kid in this game, spoiler, it starts you back at your house every single time. So if you go all the way to Death Mountain, for example, and then you save and you turn off the game, the next time you turn it on, you're a million miles away back at your house. The only other places that it will save is if you're in an active dungeon. Oh, I love this theme. One of those classic themes from Link to the Past. Oh, should we do these? I think I'm gonna do these. You'll see what I mean in a second. If I can remember where they all are. There's a woman over here who has lost her cuckoos. Which is a funny way of saying things. My cuckoos have run away. Please catch 6 more. Alright. You have to throw them into this chicken coop. And let's see if I remember. There's one over here. Oh, that one's hard to get to. Okay. There's one over there, and you need a chicken just to get over there. And there's one in this box, this crate. And you don't know it until there's a little green arrow for you to try to pick up the cuckoo. So you have to go over here to try to pick them up. Because you can't make this jump, but they do fly. Or they glide a little bit. So we're going to throw him off. Grab this one. I don't know why I did that. I shouldn't have let go. We're going to put one away, and the other one I still need. So we're going to throw that one there. Again, if you're doing this for the first time, you're trying to locate all these freaking cuckoos, and it's ridiculous. The hardest one to get, in my opinion, is this one. There's one across. You don't know that you can do this until you try it, but you get across and you just make that jump. And the reason is because there's no other way to get across to this side. There is no other way to get across to grab this one. And you do not want to go inside any door or anything because it resets all the cuckoos. So there's 2 more. And then I can't remember if there's one up here. I believe there's another one up here. So you have to go all the way over and across. Up the ladder and across. And look how ridiculous that is. But this one's funny because while you're trying to gather, I think there's like 8 or 9 of these. No, I believe there's 7. She said 6 more after I threw the first one in. You can actually land this one. You can fly it right into the chicken coop. So there's those. And then we threw 2 of them out here. So there should be another one over here that we threw across. And I think there's one more on the other side that we haven't walked to yet. So we'll talk to her again. I believe the other 2, yeah. So there's this one. But there's one more. Stop running away from me. Yeah, so there's one more. The last one. So the last one is over here. You gotta go up these stairs, over and across. And there is number 7, I believe. And that guy's also stuck up on his roof over there. Thank you for finding my cuckoos. I have allergies, so I get goosebumps when I touch them. For helping me, I will give this to you. So you have chickens and you have allergies. All right. Hey, we got an empty bottle. These are gonna be good. These are gonna be good to have. So we've got 2 empty bottles. We're gonna pop into this house. This is the Gold Skulltula house. The house of Skulltula. We all look like this because of the spider's curse. If every spider of the curse in the entire world were destroyed, the curse would be broken. When you destroy a spider of the curse, a token will appear. Collect it as proof of your achievement. The number next to this icon on the quest status subscreen indicates how many spiders of the curse you have destroyed so far. When this icon is displayed next to the name of the area on the map subscreen, there are no more spiders in that area. Look for them not only out in the open, but also inside the dungeons. Of course, this is just our dream. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. If you break the curse on my family, we will make you very rich. So, we have not gotten anywhere near. I have 6 gold Skulltulas. I believe every 10 you get something. So the first thing, it breaks the curse on this spider. They're all cursed. And it breaks the curse just slowly, one at a time. So probably not on this playthrough. I will probably not be doing, I believe there's 100, or is it 50? There's a lot of gold Skulltulas in this game. It's either 100, it's either 50 or 100. But at the very least, it's good to get about 30 of them, only because it gives you access to, like, the adult wallet is bigger, so like 99 rupees is the only amount that I can hold at any one point in time right now. But you can actually increase the capacity of your wallet to get more than that. Where are we going? Oh, there was one more thing I wanted to do. And that is some scary, scary stuff. This is the direction of the graveyard. graveyard. And we are coming this way because there's two reasons, really. Number one is... Actually, there's... Yeah. So this is one of those spots where royal family's tomb. You see this, the crest of the royal family of Hyrule is inscribed here. So we have just learned that Zelda's Lullaby, the song that Impa taught us, has special powers. Anytime you see the royal family crest, which is a Triforce, if you play this song, something will happen. And that something is that we are about to be grave robbers. Because as a kid, that's what you want to do. You want to go into graveyards and rob tombs, I guess. Anyway, we're just gonna fall into this where a bunch of dead people are. There's some keys. Keys is the Zelda term for bats. And there's a few in here, I believe. I don't want to deal with them flying around, so we're just going to do it that way. The royal family and the composer brothers. Okay, this is super scary when you're a child. We are in a tomb, and there are mummies here. Now these mummies, if you know, you know. They're called Redeads, or Gays, or Gibdos, or there's a bunch of different funny names for them, but basically they're mummies. But if you walk too quickly, this is something I learned after. If your sword is out, they will attack you. If you walk too quickly, if you run, they will attack you. But if you walk slowly, just very carefully with your analog stick, they don't know you're there, and they will actually leave you alone. So you have to walk slowly, or you can just run by and just get the bejesus scared out of you, because that's what happens. So on the next thing we'll run through here, but this poem is dedicated to the memory of the dearly departed members of the royal family. The rising sun will eventually set, a newborn's life will fade. From sun to moon, moon to sun, give peaceful rest to the living dead. This is an interesting poem, huh? Something is inscribed on the tombstone. It's the secret melody of the composer brothers. Keep the sun song in your heart. In Zelda world, there's only 3 spaces. There's only 4 lines on the musical staff. Actually, it's quite genius of the Koji Kondo, the composer of the Zelda music, that in order to play the ocarina, everything has to be there's only 5 notes. Well, 1, 2, 3. There's only 5 notes that you can play. And he had to write all those melodies with just the 5 notes. If you exclude the fact that you can use the analog stick to increase or decrease the pitch, like sharpen it or flatten the pitch. Other than that, and the R button and Z button, So here's the interesting thing. All of the songs are those 5 tones. And they have to make musical sense, and they all have to work. We're playing the Sun Song, and look what it does to these, the Redeads. So they are frozen. And now, they won't attack you. Re-dead. Its gaze will paralyze you if it bites you. Tap any button to escape. I ain't touching them. Scary stuff. In the new game, they're called, I believe they're called Gibdos. But they are scary as hell. So it is now nighttime. Look at that. So there's a gold skull tool up here, but you can't get it. Like, you can't get the token, I mean. You can kill it from here, but then you have no way to get up there and get it. So the only way is we can't do it right now because I don't have the... And I just know that it's the fourth one here. So, little secret here. You're going to be needing this later. You do not want to be hit by this thing. We're going to play the Sun Song again. So there's a small treasure chest here, or a big treasure chest, and it's going to be there's a heart here, but then there's also, if we go, I believe there's another grave you can go to. Is it this one? This one has flowers on it. It's either this one or the one next to it. This is it. It's got the Hylian shield. And it is way stronger. Something that hasn't happened to us yet, because we haven't encountered it, is your Deku shield, because it's made of wood, will actually burn. And so, you can actually, we're going to save, equip this one, which is made of metal. And so this one will not burn. So this is the strongest shield in the game, apart from another shield that we'll get much, much later in the game. But for right now, this is all we need. Now there is a gold skull. Now that it's nighttime, because we changed, by playing the Sun Song, we changed day to night. Certain areas will only have gold skulltulas at night, and certain ones will only have them during the day. So everything changes based on whether it's night or day. And that is pretty much a theme in Zelda in general, I think. So we're up to about 8 of these. So let's go up this way. Man, we've been on for about an hour, haven't we? So if you don't get the shield there, you can go into the bazaar. Oh, so there's a bazaar there. It's just a shop. You basically go into the shop and you can buy this shield for a lot of money. Or you can get it for free by robbing some graves. So it's up to you. So this guy won't let you through, but you have authority through this letter from Princess Zelda. So we're going to use it. This is JP. He is under my orders to save Hyrule. Wahaha. He's laughing at you because you're a little kid. What kind of funny game has our princess come up with now? Okay, alright. You can go now. Just be careful, Mr. Hero. Yeah, he doesn't believe you because you're a kid. By the way, Mr. Hero, if you're going to climb Death Mountain, you should equip a proper shield. Did it already? It is an active volcano, after all. If you go back to Hyrule Castle Town Market, you should check out the bazaar. They sell the shield you need there. Tell them I sent you. They'll give you a special discount. Now, I'd like to ask a favor of you. No, I don't expect you to do it just because of the great tip I just gave you. I'm just asking. Have you been to the Happy Mask shop that just opened in the Hyrule Castle Town Market? Everyone's talking about it. My little boy pesters me for a popular mask, but I don't have time to go there. So could you go and get the mask for me next time you are in the market? If you don't feel like it, that's okay, but, well, I have no choice. This is my job. Sigh. All right. So we are headed to Death Mountain. And we're on the trail. Not gonna worry about those. Tektites. If you've played Link to the Past, this is like, it's just amazing because, you know, it's you get to see the 3D world of what you did in Death Mountain in Link to the Past, which is on the Super Nintendo. I'm one of the Gorons, the stone-eating people who live on Death Mountain. Look at that huge boulder over there. It blocks the entrance to the Dodongo's Cavern, which was once a very important place for us Gorons. But one day, many Dodongos suddenly appeared inside the cavern. It became a very dangerous place. On top of that, a Gerudo in black armor used his magic to seal the entrance with that boulder. If you want to hear more Goron gossip, head up to our city. Goron City is just a little way up the trail. It won't take much longer to get there, even on foot. Alright. So he's letting you know which way to go. We're going to go up the trail to Goron City. Because we need more information about where the spiritual stone is. Okay. Forgot about that. These are bombable walls, by the way. I don't have bombs yet, so that's a problem. So we're on our way to Goron City. And here we are. If you have made it this far, please like, comment, and subscribe. This is my favorite game of all time, and I'm bringing you these retro games here on my channel. Check out the playlist for all the games we've already played. But yeah, if you're an hour into this video, an hour and 12 minutes into this video, oof, man, time flies. Please subscribe if you've been here this long and you are watching this video. I'm a small channel, and I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. I was so hungry that I thought it would be okay to just give it to one tiny little lick, so I snuck out. It was already gone, so someone took the spiritual stone. It used to rest right here. Of course, I'm sure it was... Oh, he said he's waiting for the royal messenger. So we're gonna go... Ooh! Here. So there's yet again another little patch where it's got the royal family crest, so you get to play Zelda's Lullaby and you make your way into here. So this is interesting because who are you? When I heard the song of the royal family, I expected their messenger had arrived, but you're just a little kid. Has Darunia, the big boss of the Gorons, really lost so much status to be treated like this by his sworn brother, the king? Now I'm really angry. Get out of my face now. Are you asking why I'm in such a bad mood right now? Ancient creatures have infested the Dodongo's Cavern. We've had a poor harvest of our special crop, bomb flowers. Starvation and hunger because of the rock shortage. But this is a Goron problem. We don't need any help from strangers. This is a Goron problem. Yeah. Well, it turns out that he just needs a little music to liven up. And the way to do that, if you walk around Goron City, eventually you will find that he likes a certain... Impa said that the spiritual stone of fire is somewhere on Death Mountain. That's where we are. So there's an option to play something here. So ideally, you want to play Zelda's Lullaby. But it turns out that that's not the answer. And he lets you know. Don't know what what that was? Well, that's not quite what I was looking for. I wanted to hear a tune, something from outside the mountains, something green, natural. That's the kind of music I want to hear. Something green, so something from the forest. So, remember when we went out of our way to go back to the forest to talk to Saria? It turns out that that's the type of music he wants to listen to. It will get his spirits up. And now that's the right answer. There is also, if you walk around Goron City, as I was saying before, there's a section where you can warp. There's very few warp points in older games like this, like fast travel points. But there is a section that allows you to warp to the forest from here in Death Mountain, which those two areas are very far away from each other on foot. That's the only way you can get there is on foot. But if you go that route, you will hear the music as you're approaching the area where you're supposed to be going. Hey, what a nice tune. So it turns out that he likes the forest. Just like that, my depression is all gone. Something just came over me. I suddenly wanted to dance like crazy. I am Darunia. I'm the big boss of the Gorons. Was there something you wanted to ask me about? What? You want the spiritual stone of fire too? The spiritual stone of fire, also known as the Goron's ruby, is our race's hidden treasure. But hold on, I'm not gonna give it to you that easily. If you want it so badly, why don't you go destroy the monsters inside of the Dodongo's cavern and prove you're a real man? That way, everybody will be happy again. If you do it, I will give you anything you want, even the spiritual stone. I have something for you. I'm not really giving you this in return for anything, but take it anyway. If you wear this, even a little fellow like you can pick a bomb flower using A. Goron's bracelet. Alright, so we've got like our very own little destroy the monsters in the Dodongo's cavern and become a real man. Then we can talk about the spiritual stone. Alright, well we are going to do just that. So let's hop on back to oh. There was something else. If we light these up, I believe. Yeah, let's try that. I believe if we take these and we light these torches, it causes this thing to move around. And there's a reason we want that to be moving around. And it's because you can get a heart piece out of this little section, so that's what we're gonna do. Now, I don't know how many tries this is gonna take. It's kinda hard to do. Well, I just hit myself with the... It might be easier to do with regular bombs, but I don't have them yet. I'm only going to try this a couple times, because I don't know how long this video is going to... It's already pretty long. Yeah, that thing has to be a little closer. I'm going to wait till it gets kind of there. There's a section where it's where it's a lot closer to you for you to throw it over. Oh, I just missed it. Oh, I got it. If you throw a bomb in there, he spits out like a heart. I think it's a heart piece or a gold skulltula. I think it's a heart piece. Oh, you got to do it a few times. Okay. Oh, I'm not doing that right now. Changed my mind. Oh, so this is how you know. This is how you're supposed to learn that He wants that song. How was Big Brother? I see. By the way, do you know the music coming from deep inside of this tunnel? We all like this music. We all like this music, so that's how you know. Put that down, and you can hear the music from the forest. So it opens that up, and you can travel, you can fast travel to the forest, basically. But, so here's the funny, this is why you have to do Saria's song first. Because the only way he gives you the ability to pick up bomb flowers is if you've already played to him Saria's song. So you can't make it here and then fast travel because there's no way for you to blow up these bombs. Or can you do it this way? No, you can't. So there's no way for you to pick up these bombs to be able to fast travel to the forest if you go through this tunnel. Which means you have to go all the way back around on foot, and that's just an utter waste of time if that's what you happen to be doing. So, instead of doing that, we learn the song beforehand. And I think Navi, yeah, I remember Navi tells you to do that instead of going straight to Death Mountain earlier. So we're going to go back out to Dodongo's Cavern, and now that we have the ability to pick up bombs, we can do just that. And it turns out the best way to do it is from here. Because right below is where Dodongo's Cavern is. That is how you blow it up and you get over there. Now we're gonna do something brave here. Maybe stupid, but we will see. Now there is a heart piece down here, and you're not supposed to be able to do it this way, but you can. You can sort of see it. There's a little heart piece down there, and it's on top of Dodongo's Cavern. And like I said, you're not supposed to be able to jump there. You have to like very specifically jump this angle. Otherwise you can't really make it. We're gonna try it, and if we fail, that's okay. We'll get it later. Yeah. We'll get it later. If you get your jump just right, and then you do the long sword attack, then you can actually make it no problem. I've been hit way too many times already. I was hoping to get a heart. Let's see if we can get some hearts here. There we go. Alright, we're going to pop into the opening of Dodongo's Cavern. And I believe... Let's go ahead and open this. Those are bombable walls. And this is Dodongo's Cavern. And this will be the start of, officially, our second dungeon. So we are going to save obsessively, this time for good reason. So we're going to end the video here because it's been an hour and 24 minutes. But this has been everything we've done after the Great Deku Tree, leading right up to Dodongo's Cavern, which is dungeon number 2. So I will see you on the next video, and we will do this dungeon. See you then.